Hi, my name is Dan Maloney, Global Vice President SAP. I'm responsible for the SAP EcoHub. Today we're here at the SAP Palo Alto offices kicking off a new series where we're actually going to head out to customers, collect their experiences and real-life insight on leveraging the SAP EcoHub and the impact it's had on their business. First, we're headed over to Newell Rubbermaid to catch up with Matt Stoltz, Vice President, Global IT.
The SAP EcoHub really has three key elements that we put in place to empower our customers. First is around accelerated discovery, to quickly evaluate thousands of solutions from SAP in our ecosystem. Second was really around the power of insight. When they really ultimately find one or multiple solutions they're looking for, how do they quickly evaluate the factors that are important in making a buying decision? Third is the trust and engagement. Every solution has, in a sense, the SAP name, the SAP EcoHub brand behind it.
Listen, I know Newell Rubbermaid obviously is a very diverse company, many different brands. Can you share with the customers and partners here in the ecosystem a little bit about Newell Rubbermaid and the business you guys run?
Sure. We are about a $6 billion consumer products company. We have 13 what we call global business units, ranging from Graco baby carriages to Calphalon, cooking and cutlery utensils, things like that. Some of our more famous brands are Sharpie pens, Papermate pens, Waterman, Expo markers. We have Rubbermaid home storage and Rubbermaid commercial products divisions as well as Irwin and Lennox tools. So very diverse, $6 billion company based here in Atlanta, Georgia. Got about 19,000 employees. Are about 3 years into an SAP, but 3.5, 4 years into an SAP implementation, a global SAP implementation transformation. We've just had a couple really successful go-lives with the whole SAP ecosystem, and I'm one of 3 vice presidents that lead the PMO charge on that.
Now, what's interesting is you're talking about where you've, in a sense, kind of already made the decision and you're doing the implementation. I know one of the things I hear continuously from customers and even new prospects to SAP is, we're looking at SAP, you've got, tens, 20s, hundreds of products. You've got a very comprehensive ecosystem with thousands of software service partners, et cetera, millions of community members, which is great. But how do I find the right solution for me? How do I connect with that right service partner? Where do I take insight from? Which community members? I know you're very familiar with SAP EcoHub and how you've leveraged that during your customer, in a sense, buying lifecycle. Can you kind of share some insights about, how you use the EcoHub, maybe even some scenarios or kind of success stories that you've had from your perspective, which has ultimately led to, those implementations at Newell Rubbermaid?
Sure, you bet. Well, SAP ecosystem is definitely a different beast today than it used to be, that's for sure. There's a lot of players out there, there's partners, there's a lot of different offerings that SAP has. About a year ago, we were on ECC 5.0, so an old release, going to be obviously out of support in early 2011, I believe. So we wanted to try to figure out how we could quickly do an upgrade to ECC 6.0. Knowing that, baking that into our project timeline, right? A big project underway, how do we accomplish an upgrade? How do we do it so we don't expand the timeline for the project was going to be a big challenge for us. So what we were able to do is leverage EcoHub to go out there and say, hey, listen, I want to see how we can do an upgrade, do it quickly, what type of services or products out there that maybe either SAP has or some of the partners have out there, and allow us to do that in a timeline that would work for us. I actually tasked one of my directors to kind of take lead in that. And one of the things we leverage EcoHub for is to go out there and kind of ask that question almost, saying, hey, we want to do this upgrade, what are people saying, what can we use? And what came back were a couple companies out there that had some products and some services available for us to understand exactly what our upgrade would look like. Right. What would break, what would not work, what we thought would be not working when in reality we weren't even using it in production, so it becomes a non-issue at that point. And we actually leveraged EcoHub heavily in that when we did our analysis. And Panaya, one of the SAP partners out there, had a product. There was a couple companies out there, we investigated a couple, and we were able to actually work with Panaya by using that. And their product, which was more of a software as a service type offering, turned out to allow us to get our upgrade in a timeline without adding any extra days, and our savings on that was substantial, 7 figures plus.
Wow.
To do that.
Yep.
Because we were actually looking at a dedicated workforce to do an upgrade after we went live with our last big go live back in April. So we go live with our big business unit and then we tackle the upgrade. By being able to incorporate the upgrade in on that overall timeline, we were looking at 7 figures of savings for that. With something as simple as to go out to a website like EcoHub, understand what's out there, look at what other customers were saying, right? Which is the best part about it, right? At the end of the day, other customers' testimonials is really what you pay attention to.
Right.
And seeing the consistent high ratings for some of these products out there, then the dialogue started directly between us and the company. We engaged them quickly. They came in, ran a test of our stuff, and we were, we had a deadline, which was like, are we going to be able to do this or not?
Right.
And because we had the tools like EcoHub out there for allow us to do that, we were able to do it quickly, make the decision, and say, this is it, we're doing it, we're locked and loaded, and we're ready to go.
Yeah.
And 7 figures in savings always
That's
goes
not
a
bad.
long way.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's great to hear. So pretty much if I kind of summarize what I heard there, obviously using the EcoHub for rapid discovery, quickly getting down to that short list, and then ultimately connecting directly, in a sense, kind of that direct connection with the partner to get the business rolling because you were under such tight time frames.
Yeah, the hard part is when you want to do something new and there's a lot out there, just investigating what the right way to go, the right path that's more tailored to what you're looking for, can really make things take a long time, right? I think what the big power of something like EcoHub is for us right now is it quickly narrows down a list of choices that are specifically tailored to what we're looking for. So all the time we might waste trying to do investigation on non-value added services or other partners out there that don't have the sweet spot that we're looking for, we don't have to worry about that, right? That's all noise that's just instantly reduced. So EcoHub really gives us the ability to go after specific solutions that what we're looking for, and we cut all that wasted time out.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great to hear. And I think what's nice is everything from engaging with SAP and around the SAP EcoHub up front in the buying life cycle, finding those right partners or SAP products for implementation, and ultimately seeing the end results. That's in a sense kind of the end-to-end that we love to hear from our customers. So great stuff. Well, Matt, thanks for the time today. Appreciate it. Take care.
Thank you.
Yep.